too good.
What is up, guys? So I thought I would give you an update on what's been happening. I haven't been filming too much because I've been busy with this car, to be honest. So we have the Prelude that is here with basically, as you can see, no engines. I will get the keys inside and show you the engine base. I did a bit of cleanup, some wire tucking, just a bit, repainted some of the engine bay with some black anti-rust spray. As you guys can see, the weight in an H22 is intense. It like, when you remove an engine from the car, it just rocks the suspension back up. So it doesn't have the axle, doesn't have the transmission, doesn't have the block, does not have nothing. Right now I'm just waiting for a few parts from the machine shop, so I had to bring them rods and wrist pins in order to make them fit, because the rods would not fit onto the wrist pins, and they are not pressure fit. The ones that I got, they should be full floating, so I had to get the machine to be actually perfect fit. That being said, in the meantime, what I have done is I have grinded the oil pan and removed all the rust from it, painted it. Same thing here for the block. I gave the block a full cleanup, grinded everything from it, all of the crappy rust that was on it. It was all cleaned up, blocked off the EGR, removed the EGR canister underneath, reseated, repositioned the injectors, and as you guys can see, cleaned all of this up. So looks quite good. The head is nearly ready to go, but I wanted to make a video today to actually show you the block, because I noticed a few things with the block, and I'll show you. Give me a quick second. So many folks will have a US Prelude with an H22A4 block and swap it for a JDM H22 because whatever, they want the extra power, or maybe they blew up the US version and they got a JDM version, who knows. And I've been working on it. I've been disassembling it, getting all of the rods clearance done, getting the crank clearance done. I got some plastic gauge here in order to verify the clearance, and as you guys can see, this is spinning quite freely, quite nice. That being said, I ran into some problems, and I'm sure that many of you guys have ran into this problem or will run into this problem, and now I can't find the stupid part, but I'll show you. So on this side, technically you have the the oil pump at the top here. One of the problems with the JDM versus the US version of the blocks is that the US version of the block has holes here to mount your crank position sensor, and the US version, unfortunately, does not have that. So when you're doing that conversion swap on a OBD2 Prelude to a OBD1 block, there's a few things that you need to do. Either way, you need to swap, which I will do. Hopefully my other water pump's going to be good. Swap the water pump, the oil pump. Swap the oil pump to the OBD2 oil pump with the wiring harness for the crank position sensor. I'm keeping my regular distributor from the OBD2, and that's one of the things that you would need to swap if ever you would not be putting the crank position sensor here. I read online, it seems like most of the OBD1, the H22 blocks have their position sensor inside of the distributor. Mine doesn't, because it's an OBD2. So what I will be doing is that I will be changing the oil pump from, let me show you guys, from this guy. So I'll be grabbing the oil pump, as you guys can see. It has these mounts for the crank position sensor. So we're going to be putting that onto the other block. The only thing that I'm slightly concerned with is I really hope that nothing broke, because when I blew up the engine, as you guys can see, the balancer shaft broke. So I'll be pulling this off today, see what damage there is, if I'm able to reuse the oil pump. If not, I'll have to order a new one. If so, I'll be lucky enough to just grab it and put it onto the other block right here. So I have all of these things that are already mounted. Unfortunately, I'll have to remove them. Luckily, the new water pump that I installed, I won't need to remove it, but there's a few things like the balancer shafts, I'll have to pull them. This, I'll have to pull it. Anyways, so I'll go drink my coffee and I'll get some tools, try to pull the oil pump first to really see if it's in a good condition, and yeah, let's swap it out. And hopefully today I should get a call from the machine shop that my rods are going to be cleared properly. They will be ready to insert the wrist pin so I can install them on the block. I already have all of my new, they don't look new because they're already all greased up, but my rod bearings with all of my piston rings. So this is piston 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll be putting that on. It's already been gapped to the proper spec. I think that I did, what did I do? I can't remember anymore. I think that I did like 0.022 and maybe 0.019, I think. Oh, I don't even remember, to be honest. Don't quote me on this, I might be wrong. But anyways, getting back to this, as you guys can see, I have my old bearings and everything that have been removed. Brand new King bearings have been put in, and I've been cleaning up a whole bunch of stuff. Also working on the Jetta CCTA 2-liter turbo car. Need to swap the what do you call them, the valves on this, and redo timing and everything. But anyways, I'm done with the talking. I'll get back to this. What I'll do is do a bit of filming once I have to remove this part and try to insert the new one. Well, after all of this talking, there's some sad news. Sad news is that this little guy that I was gonna take off cracked. So this is the oil pump with one balancer shaft, second balancer shaft, the crank. As you guys can see, broke, I don't know if you can see, broke through the casing. So I cannot swap the oil pump from this guy to the other one. So my goal will be to remove the oil pan. It has a bung already on it for the turbo return line. So I'll remove it and assess what damage we made on the inside. So let's give it a shot. Well, we did lots of damage. The oil pan has been broken through. Look at this. The rod is completely gone. Like, it's like oh, here's a pin. It's been shattered into pieces. So far. See that wrist pin? Wrist pin. Some rod parts. Oh, let me grab this. I don't know what this is, but oh, here's oh, that's the bottom part of the rod with the bearing on the inside. So that got crushed. This guy got completely smashed. Yep. So not much that we're going to we're not going to take much from this. Even the crank is completely smashed. Can't reuse the crank. Even if we polish it, that's completely shot. So the only thing that I'm going to be able to take is probably the oil pan. I might be able to take the pickup. I should be able to take the pickup, or I might take the other one if ever I can't clean this one. We'll take a look, see what it looks like once I clean it up. But yeah, so that's the damage. 30 psi on a stock H22A4. Yeah, so anyways, that's all we got. I'll go clean my hands and see what we can reuse after washing it, but not much we're going to be able to reuse from it. Anyways, I want to show you guys what the break was. Before I end this video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still waiting for the oil pump parts, and once that is ready, I should be able, well, once I have received that, I should be able to assemble everything properly within a few hours. I'll be filming a bit more. That said, I wanted to show you that I got the pistons, the rods actually machined properly by a machine shop that I had to pay. They were supposed to be made to fit. These rods are from Star Galaxy on eBay. Cheap Chinese rods, however, the steel is made as technically as Eagle rod steel, so maybe the machining is cheaper, whatever it is, but I wanted to give it a shot. I was hoping that I would save some cash by ordering from these guys, but after duty and all of the machining fees that I had to pay, I would have been better off and probably would have been cheaper to get some professional Eagle rods. That said, stuck with them. They have been machined, they have been fitted, and here's what we got. So as you can see, the wrist pins have been fit. They have been properly positioned. I did some research and I have these little gaps on the exhaust side of the pistons. These are Molly pistons with some rings that have been gapped and everything. So they're all tagged, piston 1, 2, 3, 4, all positioned, all clipped, all lubed up, and ready to be inserted once I get the oil pump and the rest of the parts. I should be able to put these in before putting the oil pump. However, I don't want to risk it. It's the first time I'm technically doing it. I'll film a bit more. So, you know, in the comments, if anything, if I'm saying something wrong or something incorrect, correct me if I'm incorrect. I definitely want to know. I hope you guys are learning at the same time as I'm learning. If you want to see a bit more, if ever you want to see something in the videos, definitely leave it in the comment sections. I'll be more than happy to help you out. In any case, I'll leave it to that. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down, and share the video, subscribe. Until next time, hopefully within the next few days, you will have another video coming up. Thank you very much. See ya.